Hey, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are
Oh,
you?
great. Can you please tell us about the area or neighbourhood you live in?
So I live in Gascoigne Estate. I've lived there all my life. It is a red brick estate in South Hackney. Growing up there, I would say it was very busy and lively. I would play out all the time. I developed pretty close relationships with my neighbours. I think now I'd say it's a bit quieter since a lot of people have moved out and moved in. So there's still familiar faces, but a few people that are new. I think.
Okay, so how and why did you get involved in this project, as in the Citizen Scientist project, and what does prosperity mean to you?
So I got involved in this project through my brother. Actually, he sent me an email to see if I would be interested in working on a project like this, and it was, I think, a perfect fit for me because I just finished university studying sociology, and I'm really interested in community and culture. So I think this project was a opportunity for me to learn about my local area and delve into it in a way that I wouldn't usually look at it.
Okay, so what does prosperity mean to you?
Prosperity means to me, I think, to just be able to live freely and do the things that I love without fear or worry or a sense of not being able to do something because there's a lack of resource or money there. I think prosperity means to me being free of my creativity and just doing the things I love and spending time with the people that I love.
So why is the citizen-led research important to you?
I think this type of research is important to me because I believe the matters concerning the people on the ground should be influenced and informed by those same people, because we know our areas best, we know our lives best, and we can inform and impact change better than anyone that just looks at it from a statistical view or from a solely business or economic perspective.
Okay, so what are your future plans after becoming a citizen scientist?
I think I plan to find more research work because I think I've definitely found an interest in this, or to go into teaching sociology.
Okay, excellent. So what advice would you give to people thinking of training in this area or training?
I think my main bit of advice would just be to go for it. I think to get involved where you can and just see how it goes, I think.
Mm-hmm. And what's your favourite place?
My favourite place? My favourite place is my room. I think it's a space for me to be creative. It's a space for me to think. It's a space for me to rest. It's a safe haven for me. So I definitely say my room is my favourite place.
Thank you for your time. It's been amazing.
Thank you.
Tell us about the area or neighbourhood you live in, Abdul.
So I live in Coventry Cross, which is in Tower Hamlets. I've lived there all my life. I'm in my early 30s. And most people that live in the estate have been there for around that time too. So it's a fairly close-knit community where most people have known each other for a long, long time. Yes.
Okay. How and why did you get involved in the project?
I saw adverts for local residents to take part in the project, kind of blue tacked around my area, and I thought it was quite interesting. I guess I'm interested in social change, so I think the idea that it could contribute to some sort of change, that was quite good. And also, obviously, getting paid an extra wage isn't a bad shot. So, yeah.
Okay, all right. And what does prosperity mean to you?
Okay, prosperity I guess means generally being happy, so whatever that may mean. Obviously, that's quite subjective, so I think I guess waking up in the morning and not really having a sense of worry or having peace of mind. So that's quite generic in terms of how I would understand it. So whether for you it means being able to not to have to worry about your rent, or whereas for someone else, if money is not an issue, maybe just not having to deal with mental health related issues or something like that. So I think generally speaking, just waking up, not having a sense of worry cast over your head, that's prosperity.
Cool. And why is citizen-led research important to you?
It's important because I think the most effective change is done ground up. So in the context of this project and the kind of change that it's trying to contribute to, it only makes sense for changes in local neighbourhoods to be dictated or steered by people that actually live there, as opposed to people that don't live there coming up with policy. So yeah, I think that's the most important reason.
Cool. And what do you hope to gain or achieve from the project?
I guess the idea of a voice being heard, that's appealing, and possibly even that voice being heard and then actually implemented into actual change. That I mean, I don't know if that's sort of a bit of a stretch or a bit too sort of grandiose in intentions, but that would be ideal.
Okay. And what are your future plans after you become a citizen social scientist?
My future plans, well, this is a kind of 10-week project, so there isn't much more at the end of it, but it would be nice to keep updated on where our project has gone, what it's contributed to, any sort of changes sort of affected, maybe access or notification of reports produced as a result, maybe even invitation to future CSS programs.
Cool. And what advice would you give to people thinking of training to become citizen social scientists?
What advice? Thinking of becoming it. I guess if you sign up to be a citizen social scientist, you kind of are already socially conscious to an extent anyway. So I don't know in terms of advice what I can give. I guess just follow your values and see where they take you, and just be open, I guess.
Yep. And finally, where is your favourite place?
In the world?
In the area, in your local area.
Coventry Cross is tiny, so to be honest, it's quite hard to pinpoint because it's less than a square kilometre. So I guess the thing that has played a big role in the community has been the local football pitch. Okay. So sports is a massive thing in the community over the years, like over decades, and it's contributed to a lot of significant change over the years, as I've highlighted in my project. And we're lucky enough to have had the football pitch redeveloped over the years. So yeah, we've got a good quality football pitch. And seeing as you've travelled, where is your favourite place in the world? Very, very hard question. Depends on when. Yeah, I don't even know, to be honest with you. India, I guess, because I've always wanted to visit the Taj Mahal. That's quite nice. Japan was nice because it was just culturally so different. And New York was nice. Yeah, because I just love big cities. So yeah, there you go, top 3. Cool. Thank you. That's it. Thank you.